to thoroughly investigate you.
Okay.
And that if you're found guilty, you should be expelled.
Okay.
Then we have the PDP Board of Trustees visit the governor of Rivers State, and the chairman said they will be seeking constitutional resolution. Would you be willing for them to visit you as well? Would you be willing to comply with whatever they say?
Let me talk about. I don't know the party that the chief clerk belongs to. Frankly speaking, since I entered PDP, I've never seen any PDP meeting. I don't like to react to when other statesmen like that. Every time he talks, but let me tell you the history so that people will know. In 2014, when I came out to run, Edwin Clark said, no, that it is the turn of the just, and that nothing would make me be the governor. I said, well, it is my right to run, and I fail, and I come back. But to the glory of God, I ran, and I won. Since then, yes, Edwin Clark had written me letters like this. I have refused to talk to anybody. I said I will not answer. I said I will not answer. I wasn't a bad person when I championed for the German to be governor. I have become a bad person simply because there are issues. And I kept quiet. There is nothing Chief Edwin Clark or other statesman have not said, but I said, I will never, I will not reply to anything. And if there's anybody who has contributed to the growth of PDP, as far as today is me. So when I read his they should investigate me for what? He was one of those who were talking about the Southern president. And I supported the Southern president. So what are you going to investigate me? Chief Edwin Clark was one of those who said no, power must rotate to go to South. So what is the crime I have committed? That I also believed in that. So that I
I'm
don't
not
want.
getting his grasp. His grasp is that you are making, whereas you work for the success of an Ijoma to be governor,
yes.
to succeed you,
Yes.
but you have also been working to make that Ijoma fail.
How? I don't know how.
By the current crisis going on.
What is the current crisis? Is not the governor. You see, leadership, that everything must not be smooth. I was there. I had my own crisis. Did I blame anybody? I faced the crisis squarely. When I was there, you saw what the federal government did to me. Did I go and accuse any ethnic group? No. So, if you are in a leadership position, you should be able to stand by it, face the crisis. That's what politics is all about. Politics is not every time good. Sometimes it will be good. Sometimes it will not be rosy. Now, you talk about whether I will listen to
BOT.
Who's BOT.
Board of Trustees.
You see, that's what I don't like. How can I listen to where Adolfo Fubara, who has said that the president should warn me? You are aware that the president should warn me if anything happens in Rivers. That is the man who is going to lead for reconciliation. He said he's the chairman that BOT is conscience of the party. Yes, we agree with the conscience. But you, who is that? Do you have conscience?
They said they were all neutral.
Neutral who? Wabara cannot say he's neutral. He knows his role. Wabara has no conscience to even say he will lead. Do you know how Wabara became the chairman of BOT? In 2023, he led a team to visit me when that crisis in PDP about the presidential candidate, and I said, ask him what is the result of the report. That was the man who led. And even in Rivers Stadium, while we were in the meeting, he was telling me the problem we're having here is Dr. Okusileze Nwodo. Look at him texting. That he's texting that now to the presidential candidate.
Okay, Honorable.
No, let me finish. No. So you get it clear. And this is what makes me, when I see some people, I say, what kind of characters are these? Now, he told me they will not budge. As they are going now, they are going to submit the report. I said the right thing must be done. Ask him, where's the report? The next time, they made him acting chairman of BAT to compensate him. He's a BOT chairman. His governor, Alex Oti, had not stayed 1 year. When him, chairman of BOT, said, look, your second tenure is guaranteed. Second tenure of another political party. And this is the man who say he has the conscience of the party. And yet, people are just talking. You have taken a position. And you want me to say you're inviting Wike to do what? To waste my time, to sit with you, to talk what?
You have a friend among them.
But you are a
yesterday.
member.
Who's my friend?
Chief Bode George.
I didn't say, Bode George as a person is different from who's leading the team. Bode George has always been my friend, but that does not mean that because he's my friend, he's my father, and therefore I'm going to subject myself to people I know have been looking for every way to bring me down a political. Who does that? I will not do such a thing. They know that. They know. So there's no need of pretending.
Honorable Minister, sir, now several crises everywhere. Let's go back to your home state. What is your comment and position of what is happening in Rivers State?
What is happening like how?
A lot of your supporters, members of your political family who presently they are loggerheads with the governor, some have cried of victimization. And you are the head of that political family.
Yeah.
What is your position on what is happening?
You must know very well that my position has been very clear. That River State House of Assembly must work. And that we cannot allow. I mean, this is a country, madness, where people are so shameless. You don't need to like Wike. You don't need to. When you sit in your house and say 3 people will constitute an assembly, you sit in your house, forget about Wike, just sit in your house. For whatever is the case, you said these people have defected. Who pronounces defection? You have gone to court severally. You cannot await the judgment of the court. And impunity is being carried out. I mean, you look at, forget I'm not from Rivers State, you are not from Rivers State, take it so. And you are reading on pages of newspaper, on your social media, shamelessly in a country. Somebody said he's the speaker. Then 2 people are members. And they go and buy lawyers, pay them money, go to Arise, go to channels, and begin to do drama. People who you think are senior lawyers that should be able to really sit down in their conscience and ask questions. This thing I'm doing, am I really right? That you want to take control of the state. It's natural in politics. Is that why you should allow impunity? A court pronouncing that you did not bring budget. Whatever budget you said you have is null and void. You won't go on appeal. Court of Appeal gives judgment today. The State High Court has no jurisdiction to talk about defection or vacancy. That's the Federal High Court. Today, tomorrow morning, you go again to the State High Court. file a dispute using different people, and that one will grant ex parte order immediately. A second of appeal get judgment today, tomorrow morning, all kinds of things. And you say we should fold our arms and then watch, nobody should say anything. I have no problem. Let court make a pronouncement that indeed you are defected. Defection is not by you. Defection is not by you. I've seen so many people ranting. I've seen people who want to suck from the state. I heard this boy every day, she on television, I don't know what it's called. What's that boy's name? He said it's in the House of Reps. Who wear these, why is he what you mean? In IPOP case, you will see him come out. Publicity. He goes every day. He talks about law. I don't know the law he's talking about. Every day, you see him talking about rivers. I said nobody should answer him. I know him. I know his modus operandi. There's vacancy for sucking. Continue to suck. He clandestinely came to at Abuja using African Democratic Party to sue that INEC should conduct election. He thought we wouldn't know. Unknown to him, before you know we were there. How can they go and tell, look, I will do this, I will do this. They collect money. They have filed over 33 suits. Over 33.
Are you not worried that you seem to be losing the kind of ground in the river states?
No, what do you mean?
That yes, the sympathy is going.
We're going to where?
You know, the momentum and the sympathy
Oh my!
is favoring God.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You know, you would like politics of, you know. Look, when I was to run as governor, there was a sitting governor there. You remember? There was a sitting governor. There was a sitting governor.
All over rivers now is wicked day or day. Wicked day or
Oh,
day.
look.
Popular
Look. With no problem. Day a day. Day a day will reach one day. No problem. But all I'm trying to say is, I said, I was not a sitting governor. We won. The court notified virtually all assembly and national assembly. President Muhammad Buhari was the president. The Minister of Transport was there, was one of the highly rated ministers or close to Mr. President then. There was nothing that did not happen. It was like Gaza and Israel fighting. The government in power brought all the might. What happened at the end of the day? In my 2019, the federal government came out with all the might. What happened? In 2023, look, when they say, why can you lose Kasi? There are people, naturally, who are not happy with your growth, with your rise in politics. Take, for example, there are those who were in positions but could not use their position to help their people. And they see you in such a position that you are not relenting. I'm here. If I'm worried, would I be concentrating on my job? No. Yes, but you see, like you said, it is when the time comes, then you now know who knows what to do or what not to do. It's not about you see somebody first. All those who have ganged up are those who swore over their dead body, will this governor be a governor? I defeated all of them. Yes. What is my quarrel with Secondus? When he was national chairman, he wanted to impose his cousin, who was the former deputy governor, to be the Guba candidate. Yes. That was my problem with that. No, you cannot impose your cousin here. Now I see him every day with the governor. I laugh. It doesn't bother me. I've done what I think I should do.
Are you sure you have done all that you should do? Let me paint a
Okay,
scenario.
okay.
My colleague here asked a question about
Yes.
your influence dwindling in Port Harcourt.
How?
Let me explain.
Yes.
People who ordinarily look up to you, some years, I mean, less than a year ago, look up to you with so much respect. Today, they call you by your first name. Wike cannot come in and do
Hold
this.
on, that is, hold on.
Let me finish.
That is,
Let me
hold on.
ask the question.
Am I there? You can say anything you
Let me
say
ask
on
the
television. It's not easy. See, irrelevant.
Let me ask
It
you.
is not-
You don't
it-
even know where I'm
Okay, because
Which is the
Yeah.
what I'm driving at is, for instance, the governor that you had loggerheads with is your creation. Nobody probably knew whom Sim Fubara was until he became candidate of the PDP. So it was your invention, your creation. It is unfathomable that today the two of you are what you are to each other. Don't you think, in the overall consideration of your own political status and the interests of Rivers, that you, as the leader, and the responsibility rests more on you to work for peace? Because, like you said, there have been series of court cases. It hasn't worked. Mr. President has tried to intervene. It hasn't worked. Don't you think the responsibility is on you to work for peace in Rivers
There's
State?
nothing unfathomable there. There's nothing like that. You must look in politics. You can't say for sure this is how it will be. Why I say I've done my own part is I, with my conscience, did what I did without regretting, and I fought for it for him to be governor. And you now say, look, you are no longer interested to be in a political family. No problem. Nobody can force you. After all, Arabashala, Rauf was bought by who? Tinubu. Is he with him again? Did he support him? Of what all the president did for him. So why do you worry yourself about that? I cannot, in all honesty to you, tell you that there is a going back.
There's no going back.
There's nobody, anybody who knows me know.
You can't support him in 2027.
I'm not talking about support. What is support? The one I've supported, have I come out of it?
So you are enjoying the relationship you have now with people that you look up to before as fathers, but today you are loggers with them. People you regard as friends, you are draggers.
That's what politics. That's what politics is. Some people don't play politics of integrity. I do. I do. But you can't impose yourself. Are you not the one who says people are saying day a day? Let me day my day. You too, you day your own day, according to you.
All right, but
It doesn't worry me. I'm focused. I'm doing the work Mr. President has given to me in FCT. That's what bothers me now.
Honorable Minister, in terms of this day idea, at the state level,
Yeah.
there is push and shove,
Yeah.
talking about this, imbroglio in the PDP at the state level. In the national, we had this issue we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
You have been the one that said you are not one to jump parties and all that.
Yes.
If your house is crumbling, politically, talking about the PDP,
Yes.
what would be, are you just going to day your day as you have said?
Oh, no, you see, that is why you should know that we must learn. Experience is very key. You must know what happened to you yesterday and not allow it to happen today. If you fail to take history into community, then you are digging your grave. And that's why I've said PDP must be careful. As it stands now, the way they are going, they are trying to make sure we have crisis. Take for example, anybody they think calls me on phone or relates with me is a wicked person. Therefore, the person must go. When you do that, what I trying to let you do, I should fold my arms. The acting National Party chairman today is not my friend. He never supported me. The national secretary He never supported me. The National Organizing Secretary never supported me. These are the people. In fact, when I was in Germany, in Wiesbaden, when the National Secretary today wanted to run governorship against Hope Uzodinma, he came to me for support. I said, I'm not going to support you. I won't support you. I'm not here to play politics. It's okay, let me think about it. I don't do that. I told him I'm not going to support you. What is the problem now? I said, let the right thing be done. You say that chairmanship is zoned to North Center, which is not correct. Chairmanship is zoned to North, and secretary is zoned to the South. It is within your area how you, do it. But we don't zone national chairman North Center. Nobody did that. And that was why in the constitution of the party, they said when the national chairman is not there, the deputy national chairman from that zone would be acting pending when the convention is done for replacement. You don't appoint a national chairman, it's not a caretaker committee. You cannot appoint somebody to preside over those who are elected. And now you're telling us that, look, you want to go to Berryway, North Center, to bring somebody. No, there'll be election, there'll be convention. It's not a caretaker committee. And that's why the law says the deputy national chairman should have let you know be that is not loses out, that is not, that lost out. And I said, look, we must follow the constitution. It is not, you see, politics the way, you see, some people, take for example, my friend, the governor of Bauchi, who is the chairman of governor, PDP Governor Forum, you had his own statement. He has his own interest. So he wants who will be national chairman that will play along to that interest. And nobody will talk. If you want to do anything, say, oh, you're a wicked person. And I said, look, the matter has gone to court for interpretation of the constitution of the party. What the court interpret this? Can you bring a chairman that's not elected to preside over those that are elected? The President of the National Working Committee are all elected. And then he said, go and bring this chairman from Berryway. I heard before Suswan. Suswan. I'm hearing now the DG of the PDP Governor Forum, which is the governor of Bauchi's own nominee, to go and preside over elected people. Are we working like military and civilian? And I said, nobody does that. You have to wait for convention. And that is the law. It's not about, we did it yesterday. Yes, you may have done it yesterday, and nobody was able to challenge it. Does not mean if you do it today, somebody will not challenge. You know, you can get away with things. And people make reference, after all, last 2 days, we did like this. I agree. We are not the same. Nobody had the same luck. That's why when I came here as chairman, you see my own was turbulent. Was not correct. As a minister. Was it not? Other people have come. Was it turbulent? So everybody had his own luck. That nobody challenged it yesterday does not mean that somebody will not challenge it today. And if PDP takes that step, I as a person will challenge it. They know. I mean, you see, we are not in a place where anybody think you can come and box anybody in. See what is happening. See what's happening in PDP. The National Legal Advisor is fighting to make sure where he collects tax is not blocked.
And that is right. Explain to us.
Okay, let me tell you. You know what they do? If what they do is as National Legal Advisor, if a state, for example, has election petition or You talk with the governor. The governor will say, oh, I want to bring the lawyer that will stand for PDP. It's okay, you will pay some amount of money. Or he will bring, and then he will tell the person to charge fee. He collects his own. Now, I say that will stop. What happened? In 2023, you know we had a problem with the national. Now, when election petition came, that's why sometimes when you see things, you laugh. You laugh. You say human beings are terrible. Do you know what these people did? Secondly, they went to the national to get lawyers that will represent PDP so the election will be nullified. And I said, no, you can't send us lawyer. You cannot. I will not agree. The National Legal Advisor, oh, that he has rights, okay. We went to court, and the Federal High Court here, to test whether the state legal advisor has right to give instruction to lawyers to represent the interest of the party as it concerns the state. Now, the Federal High Court ruled that yes, the National Legal Advisor said, no, you cannot do that. But the state, they all have that power. As far as it is the interest of the party at the state level. This National Legal Advisor did not appeal the judgment. He did not appeal the judgment. He did not even tell his party, look, the court has given judgment. Now he knew that with that judgment, he had lost the socket. So states will on their own not call you. Now what did he do now? A matter he did not appeal since last year. Now because of this reverse problem, a gate of sucking has opened. He is now sucking. Now went to court to say no, he is going to represent PDP. And we said no, you cannot. This is a matter about defection of which people, in which state, that we have to produce the lawyer to defend our interests. The judge ruled, relying heavily on the judgment of the Federal High Court in 2023, which he did not appeal, and which he did not disclose to those he's sucking money from now. And he lost. You know what he did? He now said, file a notice of appeal. So, those who are giving him money, he will not tell them, oh, look, we are still fighting on the matter. When he knows clearly, he did not even appeal the judgment of 2023. Now, and I said, we have never had it bad of a national legal advisor who has shown so much that as a senior advocate, no integrity. That made me, I went to Senator Saraki. I said, SP, how do you know this guy that you brought into the national legal advisor? He said, what? I said, this guy is something else. No integrity, a senior advocate. You can't tell people the truth simply because you want to. And Senator Saraki said, well, he will look into it. I said, I don't, this guy is something else. No integrity. Senior advocate does not mean, by that word, senior advocate, integrity comes in. Not only you knowing the law.
Well, as a live venture, you should know that we have just about 5 minutes to round up this program. And
I thought you were 10 minutes. Are you cutting my time?
yes, that's why I wanted to cut your answer short, because I'm sure my colleagues are still going to ask questions. Okay. So, considering the fact that we have just about 5 minutes, will the question be very short?
Very short. Honorable Minister, considering the fact that you have a lot of crises rocking your boat, both internally in your party and back home in Rivers State, any other person would have folded very quickly, but you are still standing strong, you are still fighting harder. And it appears to be that the only person who is giving you so much support that should have been coming from the PDP is the president, who obviously is on
the other side of the divide.
Giving me support how? He's giving me support to do my work.
Support to do
He's
your
not
job.
a member of PDP, so how can he give me support?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask is, do you perhaps in the future see the possibility of exiting the PDP if this persists?
I have told you that I don't want to wait for any fight. I will stay there.
Where?
I will fight it out.
In the PDP?
Yes. Who am I going to run for? The vampires? How can you say that?
But your foot soldiers are already all in APC.
Where are they?
The members of the House of Assembly.
You are the one telling me now.
The 27 members that
Where did they?
APC.
That is the subject matter. That's why I said defections come from evil's mouth.
To some people, it's like you're a fifth columnist in the PDP, and you want to pull
Oh,
the
please
roof
do
down
that.
the house.
Don't do that. People who don't have anything to.
All right.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Anybody who knows me knows too well. If I went to join APC today, when I was there, did I say that? Look, I will not support the presidential candidate. Did I do it secretly? All those people who are saying those things, did they bring one member that won election? Did PDP not win? I stood my ground in terms of the principle that if this is not done, we will not accept that. You see, people should know you for something. Integrity is very, very important. Forget about those who say, if you couldn't they say this, they are afraid of my face.
Well, Minister, it does appear as though, from what you've said, this may not be resolved until the next cycle of elections. I've heard you say convention and then the court have to decide, but do you really think that it can be resolved by the courts or politically?
Look. The only thing that has caused, people are very, very greedy. All these things you are seeing is what they are, you see, let me tell you what they want to unfold. Atiku has his own people. Bala is building people for what he considers who will be president, this and that, whether to go to South and that. He has. Do you understand? Now, there are some other people too who are not known yet, playing ostrich. What I'm saying, and which you can't take away from, is that we must follow the law. Even if you hate this man, follow the law. What does the law say? It's not about plotting that will bring wicked down. You cannot. You don't have what it takes to bring wicked down. You cannot. All Wike is saying, what is the law? What does the constitution of the party say? I will not just as a prominent member of the party, fold my hands, allow somebody to be appointed to preside over those who were elected. National chairman is by election. It's not by appointment. Come and replace.
About the local version of the crisis first. The Port Harcourt crisis.
I'm coming.
We don't have the time.
I'm coming. Yes. What I don't know your interest, but I'm coming. What I'm trying to say that national chairman, if you are doing caretaker, it can be by appointment. But if it is to preside over those who are elected, that chairman must be by election, and that must be through convention. Now you talk about local version. What is local version? PDP is intact. PDP have done their world congresses. PDP have done their local government congresses. And their faction that did it. The state congress will be next week. Look, I understand how some people feel. I have passed through all this before. Some people who cannot, hunger. No, not hunger. I wish it wrong. So many people that can't stay out of power. You will see people whom you think what they sought, the way they do. In fact, sometimes I begin to ask questions. If this man was my dad,
Honorable Minister,
what would I say?
you permit me to end this program so that we are not cut off?
Okay, so I sincerely thank you, even though you took all my time. But the point is that I'm a PDP member.
All right.
The law must be followed before we get. But if you think that you can go and sit down somewhere and say you will do this, you go scratch this for yourself.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I hope to see you again. We don't know how soon that will be. That depends on the Honorable Minister. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for granting us access to you once again.
Thank you very
I
much.
really appreciate it. And guys, we'll see you again.
We'll see again. I can take away the fact that you said wiki will not be wiki.
No, 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 no. It's not in the dictionary at all.